Here is the CD lot that I just sold on eBay. There are 147 CDs. These are country music CDs. As you can see, if you take a look at the titles and the artists, Tracy Byrd, Sawyer Brown, Blackhawk, what is this? More Blackhawk, Rodney Atkins, Trace Adkins, etc., etc. I'll just keep showing you. All these CDs, so 147 of them, came from those Gaylords or pallets that I had went through. It took me quite a while to go through. They were CD only, and I was putting country music to the side because there's a lot of country music in there, and I wanted to see if there was anything that was worth selling for just the individual artist or individual group, which there was, of which I've listed some. I've got some more to list on eBay, but this was what was left. And I also pulled from my store over here. I pulled off the shelf some country music CDs that have been sitting for a while. I only had one artist versus, some artists or groups where I had like 4 or 5 or 3 or 8 or whatever to try to get enough together. So I pulled all those and put them in here, and I listed it. Let's see, it is Monday. Well, today is Monday, November 4th. Is it November 4th? Yeah, November 4th, 2024. And I sold these over the weekend, and I just listed them over the weekend while I was working. Actually, either Friday or Saturday I listed them, and they sold. Now, 147 CDs, of course, all of them in the country musical genre. And I had them listed for $69.99, so $70, which is less than 50 cents each CD. However, someone, and I take offers, someone offered me $50, and I took it, plus shipping. So $50 for 147 country music CDs. And this is just extra stuff that I cannot make money off individually or in any other way. That's not true. I could pull all the discs and put them into a loose CD pile like this, and then photograph them and list them on eBay and run an auction. However, I will get much less money that way. Even with all of these, this is CDs here, and those 4 stacks are CDs, so that's like probably more than 400. Plus, if I were to add the others, I'd have over 500. But if I were to run that auction, lately I've not been getting very much. So I'm talking anywhere between like 10 to 20 bucks on average, occasionally over 20 bucks. And it's all different genres. Even if I ran all of these as loose discs, I might get a little bit more from country music enthusiasts, but not as much with the jewel cases and all the artwork. So for me, it was worth it to get a $50 sale instead of getting much, much less just pulling the discs. For me, I was putting them to the side. As you remember in my previous videos, I was putting them to the side, stacking them up. I had a box of them, of country music CDs, in the bathroom there. And when I finally finished going through all of the CDs from those Gaylords, I brought them all together, which is what I did on Friday and Saturday. Part of Friday and some of Saturday, or all of Saturday, is I went through all of them and figured out, based on what I had out in the store and what I had pulled from the pallets, what I could sell as lots, specific artist or group lots, and what I could sell as just one giant one. And this is what was left, 147. So these are just extras, right? To me, it makes sense. And I check all the discs. I replace any cases that have, like, they're super cracked, messed up, but I have a lot of extra cases. And then, of course, I have the machine here to clean up any discs that are needing it. So $50, not bad. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. Now, do I want to continue doing this? No. In the sense of, when I start getting more pallets, like that's a Gaylord box there on in a pallet, get more mixed media, not just CDs, but more mixed media. Am I going to put aside the country music CDs as I go through them? Probably not. To be honest, just because I have limited space, and it's probably not worth it, because I'm going to switch how I'm going to do this and going towards finding the best stuff in the Gaylords, and the rest of it is kind of the best stuff of the rest of it goes into my stores, when it comes to, or into my store when it comes to CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, video games, that type of thing. But anything else that's just not very good, like a movie title I've seen a million times, a CD I've seen a million times, or certain genres like country, I probably won't do it. but it also depends on what I'm seeing in the Gaylords, in the pallets. I'm seeing a ton of country. Like if there's a pallet that's got, you know, 1,000, let's say 1,000 CDs mixed in with a bunch of other, you know, media, the DVDs and the CD, the Blu-rays and CD and DVDs, audiobooks, sometimes there's VHS tapes. Those aren't the best when they have VHS tapes, but there can also be, of course, video games, which is great. If I'm finding a bunch of, you know, if I'm finding like 100, 200 country music CDs, then that's different, right? Because there's a ton already grouped in, and then I can put them to the side. And once I'm done getting all the good stuff, then I can go through them, check the discs, all that stuff. And if I've got like a bunch, like here I have 147, if I have like 150, 200, whatever, then it'll make sense for me to do another big lot. So that's how I went about it. And this only really works though if you are getting bulk media. So either you're getting pallets or Gaylords of media, mixed media, or sometimes you can get just CDs, but usually it's mixed media. Or you're going out there and you're going to estate sales, you're going to, you know, doing the normal route, right? Going to garage sales, looking on the local apps, Facebook Marketplace, what do you call it? OfferUp, and of course Craigslist is still out there. So if you're doing those three as well and finding people getting rid of, you know, hundreds of CDs at a time, then it might make sense. But if you are just cherry picking, this won't make sense. So this is really more for people that are looking to get into bulk, however they go about it. And it's just sort of making a little extra money on top of the money you already made off of the media that you found in bulk. Now, of course, if someone is selling, you know, 500 CDs on Facebook Marketplace for $50 and they're all country, then maybe it makes sense. Maybe out of all those 500, you can find some that are individually worth a little bit of money or enough money to sell them on Amazon or eBay, or there's a ton from one particular artist, you know, whatever it is. And then you can do a couple of big lots like this and get your money back that way. This is a nice way to get some or all of your money back, is doing stuff like this, these sort of lots. Now, there's certain musical genres, like I'm sure there's certain country music artists that are way more popular in lots on eBay than what I have here, right? You have to kind of know that and do your research and figure that out and look for those artists to do lots with those. But you know, in general, this is not the best musical genre. Like I would say punk rock, you know, hip hop, heavy metal, grunge, like a lot of other niche types of music that if you get a bunch of them together, you can do some really good, make some good money selling lots that way as well. So hopefully that makes sense. eBay CD lots is a great way to make money off of the excess, or even off of just the best stuff, right? If you have some full sets, almost complete sets or series of CDs, so it's just a good way to make some extra money off of the bulk that you're buying, unless, like I said, you happen to stumble across a certain genre in bulk that you can buy, or there just happens to be. It's happened to me a lot. There just happens to be a certain genre or a certain musical artist or group that's in a palette. You know, I've had ones that have had tons of country, tons of classical, tons of rap, tons of, you know, hard rock. Like it happens because there just was a bunch of donations of the same genre. So keep that in mind as well. That does happen, and you just got to kind of go with it and you know, create these lots out of what you have, or just forget it, you know, and don't waste your time and just put them into loose CD lots and sell them that way, and see how you do. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.